Hey, what's up, Bravo Wireless? Hey, we've had some people questioning in stores that have the three people in them anyway, how to get the schedule the correct way now that it's slowing down and they're only needing one person on Sunday, and just to figure out during the slower time now after tax season or as it slows down a bit. And of course, it'll pick back up again on the late filers. But I have a sample here of a schedule, and I'm going to walk you through it. In my sample, I have John as a store manager, and then Sarah and Greg as the teammates. And then I have everything laid out already. And then to make it easier on myself, I've kind of just filled in already the times and stuff. Now, I always do a schedule according to what's best for the company, what's best for the store, and what's best for the guest. If you try to always do what's best for you as a store manager, best for your teammates, you're going to have a difficult time with your schedule. You're going to be manipulating this thing all the time. It's going to be a headache. Try to get into where it's almost like a rotation of, whose weekend is it off, who's scheduled to be on Sunday, and then in our store, maybe Thursday's busier, so we're going to give people off, like one person only off on Thursday, two people work Thursday, and then the other days will be like Tuesday and Wednesday off. And let me show you, in my store, I have Tuesday being the busier store for some reason. It's just busier. It's a sample. But again, I know like a Warsaw is busy on Thursday, so you'll want to change the schedule accordingly. All right, let's get started. First thing, whose weekend off is it? Well, in my rotation, John is the person who is off on Saturday and Sunday, so he will be scheduled. The next easiest thing is who's scheduled to work on Sunday. Well, in my rotation, it's Greg's turn to be working on Sunday. That's 11:30 to 5:30. That is a 6-hour day. There's no break necessary to be clocked out. Plus, he's by himself. If you like to bring some food and drink and store it in the back, feel free in between guests. You can run back there and grab some drink, grab some food, use the bathroom. We cannot be leaving the store. So make sure you plan accordingly and bring your stuff. You cannot leave the store. You cannot lock the store. All right. Next up then. By default, by the way, Sarah would be off on Sunday. Since it's John's weekend off and Greg's scheduled, she would be off on Sunday. Now, since it's Greg's turn to work Sunday, I believe he should have first honor of choosing his days off. Again, depending on what it is, I love giving back-to-back days. Now, in my schedule, I gave him Tuesday and Wednesday off. I could just easily do Wednesday and Thursday off, but let's say Tuesday's busier for me for some reason in my location, so I'm going to have him off on these 2 days. I love giving people 2 days off if they're working the weekend, I love giving them 2 days off during the week. It just feels like a weekend during the week. It's a great time, back-to-back days to get stuff done, hang out, do whatever you want, okay? Now, next up then, I don't like giving Fridays or Mondays off, so then Sarah by default would be off on Thursday. Okay, again, this is easily manipulated. If Sarah would need off Tuesday, I could give Greg off Wednesday and Thursday. All right, very simple. Okay, so let's go into Monday. Monday's going to be easy. It's a full day. It's a great day to, obviously we got inventory counts that can be done. We have supplies inventory that needs to be done, and also then owning the mile. So in my schedule, I have Greg opening from 9:30 to 4:30. Here's what's cool. Greg has off Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'm a cool boss. I'm going to get him out at 4:30. Excuse me, so he can enjoy his time. 9:30 to 4:30 is only a 7-hour scheduled shift. Doesn't need a break, but if Greg would like to take a break and do 30 minutes and get out, maybe Greg's a smoker. He wants to run next door, grab some food and drink, and then go out and smoke. Again, if you're leaving the store, if you're going out back and smoking and doing all that fun stuff, please be off the clock. We don't pay people to do personal stuff. And then I got John coming in from 9:30 to 7:30. That way, if it's busy, Greg's going to be opening up at 10. He's only by himself for 30 minutes. 10:30 to 7:30 is a 9-hour scheduled shift. Of course, John will be required to take a 1-hour lunch break, bring him down to 9 hours of work. And then Sarah's going to come in from 1:30 to 7:30. That's only a scheduled 6 hours. If she would like to take a break, she could. It's not required on a 6-hour shift. But if she wants to take 30 minutes to an hour, that's fine too, as long as the store is not too busy. Now, you're going to have people, so when John is the one that's required to take a break, so when Sarah comes in at 1:30, he can take his break from 1:30 to 2:30. And when you get back, if Greg would like a 30-minute break, he can. You guys can work that out as necessary. necessary. But then you're going to have a couple hour window from 2:30 to 4:30. We have 3 people on staff and on the floor. This is a great time to go out for 2 hours and own the mile. Or maybe John's going to teach Sarah how to count certain inventory, or teach Greg how to do the supply inventory. So if he's ever out on vacation or out of the store, or which is the biggest thing I would prefer, is because he's promoting opportunity and teaching Sarah and Greg how to operate and own their own store someday, or I'm sorry, how to operate and run their own. Well, hopefully you own them, operate and run their own store someday. So he's teaching them some of his duties. All right. Let's move on to Tuesday. Tuesday is Greg's scheduled day off. I have John opening from 9:30 to 7:30 because I prefer 2 closers. That's a 10-hour schedule shift. Of course, he'll be required to take a 1-hour lunch break. That would bring him down to 9 hours. Same thing with Sarah, 10:30 to 7:30. That's a 9-hour schedule shift. She's going to take a 1-hour lunch break. Again, what I like about this is only 30 minutes where somebody's not or by themselves, I should say. So this could be moved over to Thursday if Thursday's your busier day. Again, what's best for the store, what's best for the company, what's best for the guest. All right, moving on to Wednesday, same kind of thing. I have Sarah, since her day off is on Thursday. Wednesday tends to be a very dead day for most people, most locations. I have her leaving from 4:30. So 9:30 to 4:30 is a 7-hour shift. Doesn't have to take a break, but we should by this time be checking hours. So if Sarah had to stay 30 minutes to an hour on Tuesday, this would be a great day to catch up and give her a 30-minute to an hour break. With store managers, the operations manager, the district sales manager, and also the general manager should be checking hours at the end of every night or the beginning of every day. It's a 5-minute thing. You just pull the report and look, and then we should be calling the stores where we notice people are already trending over too many hours and making sure that we're doing our due diligence to keep hours optimal for store health and profitability. All right. John's coming in from 12:30 to 7:30. That is also a 7-hour shift that doesn't require a break, but if he would like to take a 30-minute to an hour break, he can as well. Plus, we can help manipulate the hours by giving him a break to keep hours down. Thursday, of course, Sarah's off. Greg is back. Since he was off for 2 days, I have him coming in a little later so he can make sure he's on time. So he's working from 11:30 to 7:30. That is an 8-hour scheduled day, and that requires a 1-hour break. So he's going to be scheduled for a 1-hour break that day, be 7 hours worked. John is working open to close, and that's a 10-hour scheduled day with an hour mandatory break. He will be working 9 hours. All right, getting pretty easy here. Friday, a day where everyone's scheduled. Since John is off on Saturday and Sunday, excuse me, I have him scheduled from 9:30 to 4:30. Again, that's a 7-hour day. If he'd like to take an hour lunch break, 30 minutes, or maybe he's over on hours, so we need to. Now, I don't want people not leaving early, so not taking a break, but we need to save an hour, have them leave at 3:30. I would prefer John to take an hour break during the day and then leave at 4:30 instead of 3:30 or whatnot. Or if time dictates, maybe take the hour break and stay till 5:30 because you're just swamped and necessary. All right. This is what's best for the company, what's best for the store, what's best for the guest. Sarah is working 10:30 to 7:30. That is a 9-hour scheduled day, 1-hour mandatory break, bring her down to 8 hours. Greg is 12:30 to 7:30. That's a 7-hour scheduled day. No break is necessary. If we need to, because Greg has worked a few hours over, we can then give him a break. All right, Saturday, of course, John's off because it's his weekend. And then we have Sarah, Sarah working 11:30 to 7:30. 8-hour scheduled day, required to take a 1-hour break. And then Greg is working 9:30 to 7:30. Since that's a 10-hour schedule, he'll take a 1-hour break. Sorry about that. Hey, pretty easy schedule. It works really well. You can put people through the rotation. You don't have to keep going, okay, what day do you need? What day? Maybe next week then it's Sarah's weekend off, then John can filter in and have these 2 days or a Wednesday, Thursday off, and then Greg will come in and be off on Sunday and either Tuesday or Thursday. See, what I like about this is you just keep people in the rotation, and then the hours kind of stay the same between throughout the week between Sarah and Greg, and then John's going to stay around his 40 hours. The other ones will be scheduled 35, 36 hours. And that's the final thing to show you. I have 40 hours for the store manager, 36 and 36 for Sarah and Greg. Again, it's very easy to manipulate this to get them down to 35, like Josh Ames had asked you. You can give somebody here a 30-minute break on a day that doesn't require one. Give them 30 minutes. I save 30 minutes. And then also on Friday, 12:37, give them a 30-minute. That makes this 35. See how easy that is? And it's what's best for the company, what's best for the store, and what's best for the guest. Now, whenever you're working 36 to 42 hours, okay, you are required to hit goal to sell 17 phones. The target for a store manager is 20. When you add them together, it's 54 because the store manager does not have an individual goal. I think this is pretty easy. Again, do what's best for the store, do what's best for the company, do what's best for the guest, and that'll make your scheduling easy every week. If you have any questions, give me a call. If you have trouble scheduling a two-person store, give me a call as well. Good luck, everybody. Take care.